Okay, in this video we're checking out the Toothpick Pro from FullSpeedRC, and as the name implies, this is the upgraded version of the toothpick that I reviewed about a month ago, I think. And essentially, as far as I know, all the electronics seem to be about the same. Only thing that's different here are going to be the motors and the frame, the bottom plate. The canopy and the stack is the same as far as I can tell. Now they are switching this up. They're not using the plugs here that most people didn't like in the original version. They've now direct soldering the motor wires to the board, so it should help a lot in terms of performance. And they're going from the 1103 motor here. This is, I think it's 8000. Yeah, it's 8000 kV 1103 motor with a 65mm prop, and now they're going to a big 1106 motor at 4500 kV. So completely different power setup. Still the same 12 amp 4-in-1 AC. The same video transmitter, 25 to 600 milliwatts power switchable, and the same F4 flight controller, same canopy, and the same camera, the Caddx Micro F2. So we've got basically different frame, different motors, different props, and it gives you the more beefy, heavier, also probably a lot faster setup here. So we're going from a 1.5mm bottom plate to a 2.5mm bottom plate, so we're going to get more weight there. And going from the 1103 to the 1106 motors, getting more weight there. And we're going to be getting these 2.5-inch props instead of the 65mm props with the screws. So all this additional weight. So I'll go ahead and I'll give you the weight measurement here. But basically, when you go to a bigger motor and a heavier setup here, you're going to want a thicker bottom plate because it'll hold up better in crashes. If you use this power setup with this frame with a thinner bottom plate, it'll probably break because of the momentum of the mass of the drone. And another thing is we're carrying a different battery here. So this is basically 2 to 4S on the 4500 kV, and then 8000 kV we're talking 2 to 3S max on this motor and prop. So if you if you go to 4S here, I'll show you the battery I used, the 520 GNB high volts 4S LiPo, carrying around more weight. Yeah, so this overall is going to be a lot heavier. So let me just give you how much this thing weighs. And you get more performance, but you do get a lot more weight. You'll see that here in the flight demo at the end. But here without the battery, it's coming in at 67.8 grams, and then the original version much lighter at 43.5 grams. And the battery I used is 55.4 grams. You could use a lighter battery, but this one seemed to work pretty well with the tune. They recommend it be somewhere between 350 and 550 4S. Not sure where you can get a 350 4S, maybe a 450 4S somewhere, maybe a GNB, but this GNB 520 4S is totally fine. So altogether we're coming in at 123.2 grams. Still pretty light, well under their 250 gram limit, but a lot heavier than the original toothpick here with the 1103 motors. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to show you the flight demo here at the end. I'm going to cover like a roundup video a little bit later because I've got a few more things I want to review, like the Red Devil, and there's a couple other things that will come into the roundup. So I don't want to do a partial roundup now in this video and then have to rehash it again in the next coming videos. I'm going to just do one final roundup after I've reviewed all of these sort of various toothpick class micros that have come out recently. So stay tuned for that, and here is the flight demo for you.